Good to have you tuned in today. It's Take Two with Jerry and Debbie on EWTN Radio, along with Debbie Georgiani and the show team, Michael, Jeff, and Ryan. I am Jerry Usher. Getting a new week underway here. And Debbie, it's been a beautiful weekend for you, I understand.
Yes. Anniversary weekend, November 7th, and today is my birthday.
Yeah.
So I'm double nickels today. I told Michael it's 5 plus 5 equals 10. That's how old I act.
Well, folks, when you call in, we've got a great topic for you. You're going to want to weigh in on this, but also just be sure to give Debbie a little happy birthday wish. I'm sure she would love that, and we know you appreciate her so much for being on the program and all that she does. So the number is 833-288-EWTN, 833-288-3986. Debbie, a lot of other ways people can chime in on the program as well.
Yes, you can text us. You text the letters EWTN to 55000. You can also email us, take2@EWTN.com. We read everything. At this point, with the abundance of emails we get, it's a wonderful situation to have. And we feel so blessed, so honored. But we're not going to be able to probably answer back to a lot of messages. Or you can go on YouTube or Facebook. We're talking about seasons today, Jerry, and changing seasons. You put this on the calendar, and as you can hear by my raspy voice and me sneezing and sniffling, I was thinking to myself, yeah, changing seasons, it brings along a lot of allergies.
It does, but for some of us who've lived where we have for a long time, there really aren't any, drastic changes in the seasons, except summer gets, blistering hot. But we're asking you, Take Two listeners today, how do you manage going through the seasons of the year emotionally and spiritually? A lot of people suffer from what's called seasonal depression, and that comes up usually in the wintertime, December, January. In fact, it's also been called seasonal affective disorder, and so maybe you have that experience. Maybe it's in a different season of the year. Maybe you look forward with excitement and anticipation to a certain season of the year, like you go into winter and it's freezing cold every day and you just can't wait to get to spring. And also, we want to tie in the faith with this conversation. So how do you see God's hand in any particular season of the year? How do you see God's beauty, see his hand at work? 833-288-3986.
They have a name for this seasonal change? What's it called again?
Seasonal affective disorder.
Seasonal. You know here we go again with all these labels. I'm telling you, we need to do a show. I must have like 1 million labels then. I'm just going to let you know right up front. I must have like 1 trillion of them after my name.
My mother actually used to, in the winter, it would hit her. She called it the winter blues.
Winter blues. So
winter
did my mother.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's true. Okay, so let's share about it. How do you handle the changing seasons? Do you embrace them? Do you look forward to them? Is there a sense of excitement, or do you have that kind of that deep feeling inside of you that you can't really describe? It doesn't feel like you're happy. It doesn't really feel like you're sad either. Maybe you're kind of numb a little bit. You go through the changing seasons. Let's talk about it. 833-288-3986. Phone lines are just starting to light up. That's a good sign. But there's plenty of room for you. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 open phone lines. Come on, you guys, hurry to the phones. This is Monday. And it's also my birthday. Come on, don't let us down. 833-288-3986. I love the fall, Jerry.
You love fall, okay.
Changing leaves. I love the colors. And it's probably because, it does have part of it because it is that is when I'm born. And so you look forward to that when you're a little kid. But I do love the colors of, now in Arizona, we don't have, unless you go up north, we don't have those kinds of changing colors like we had in New Jersey. But, oh, wow, I can still vividly remember when I was growing up in New Jersey, all the different shades of, gold and orange and red and brown and all the colors of fall. Very cool.
Well, we know we broadcast in many areas where there are some of you who work the land. Maybe you're farmers, or you raise, cattle or pigs, or you're a farmer, and you have to pretty much follow a pretty strict guideline as far as the seasons go. You plant, you water, you fertilize, you harvest at very specific times of the year. And how do you see that as being sort of representative of the spiritual life as well? We are called to die to ourselves, unless a grain of wheat fall to the ground and die, it remains a single grain. So if you are among those who make your living by working the land, or maybe you just simply work outdoors. One of my brothers, Debbie, as you know, who lives in Phoenix, works for the power company there. And thankfully, you don't have drastic winters, but he does do most of his work outside. So there maybe are some people who are maybe you're just a seasonal worker for that matter, because at certain times of year you can't do your job. So a lot of ways we can approach this topic. 833-288-3986.
Yeah, well, we're in these fall months, approaching. Advent is right around the corner, and then of course the Christmas, wonderful Christmas and Christmas season. But there's things that we can talk about that can really weave into our spirituality. So really weigh in on this. Share your insights, your experience of how do you handle the changing seasons, and then let's talk about how that really relates to our growth and what we learn and how we are enlightened in our spiritual journey. It's very interesting, folks, how God, how he's made so many things in our life that we experience have to do with us personally. Okay, very interesting. 833-288-3986. Right, Jerry?
That is absolutely correct. And we have a few lines that have been taken up, but a couple are remaining open right now. So if you'd like to get on the program and talk about this, the changing seasons, do you kind of just go with the flow? Do you have a favorite season of the year and why? Maybe, like many of us in Southern California and Debbie in Phoenix, maybe you tolerate certain seasons to get to the next nicer one. You get through the 115, 118 degree days during the summer to get to fall and winter. Whatever your take is on this, you are the ones who drive the show, so we're looking forward to hearing from many of you today, and also wishing Debbie a happy birthday at the same time. 833-288-3986. So in a nutshell, did you and Marty celebrate a little bit this weekend? Your anniversary was on Saturday, and your birthday's today. Yeah.
We did. We celebrated, and it was great. And then we also did a little fall cleaning. Not spring cleaning of the house, but fall cleaning. It was great. And we caught up with a bunch of friends by way of FaceTiming and stuff. So it was really a wonderful weekend and starting off to be a great week. So yes, thank you for asking. Hey, it's good to be alive. It really is. So let's hear from you about the changing seasons, and let's talk about how it relates to our spirituality. 833-288-3986.
Prayer is powerful because it's prayer. It's not powerful because it alters the universe in the way we want. God's a lot smarter than that. He says to pray because it has power. Now, whether it turns out the way we want is not an indicator of the particular power of prayer. It is powerful because it is.
Hello, Journey Home family. Next time, we'll welcome back Deacon Scott Carson to the program. Deacon Carson is a former Episcopalian and will share what led him to the Catholic faith. Share the journey next time on EWTN's The Journey Home.
The Journey Home with Marcus Grodi is seen and heard around the world on EWTN. Join us tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on EWTN Radio and Television.
Hey Alexa, how many ways can I get EWTN?
You can get EWTN on television, via cable and satellite, on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, and Google Play. You can get EWTN radio in your car on Sirius XM Channel 130, and on the go on any mobile device with the EWTN app. And here's the best news. Now you can get EWTN's great programming on Me.
This is your show. It's Take Two with Jerry and Debbie and you. And we have several people on the line waiting to share their takes on the changing seasons and how you deal with them and how we see our spiritual lives in the changing seasons. And, of course, year by year passes and we grow closer to God, hopefully, and we definitely grow closer to our meeting with God. So we want to talk about this and how you get through the seasons of the year. Maybe you love all 4 of them. That would be fantastic. 833-288-3986. Want to just quickly mention Church Pop. That's Church P-O-P. And that is a service of EWTN. It takes a fresh and fun look at the news shaping our world. And you'll find Church Pop on Snapchat, Instagram, and on the web at churchpop.com.
Okay, we have some open phone lines, so weigh in on this. And if you want to talk about how it affects your just your faith life. Sometimes people say, well, I get excited about the Christmas coming up, so that gets me through. But then right after Christmas, starting a new year, sometimes I can take a hit on my spirituality. But remember, these kind of changes, not really ups and downs, but these changes in the seasons really can call us to a deeper prayer life. They can call us to understand that there's times to change things up a little. There's times for rapid growth. There's times to kind of pull back a little and get into a more, just a more, what would you say, Jerry? Not like
reflective.
Reflective, perfect word, like a reflective state, and that's a beautiful thing. So see how it ties in. You'll see maybe the changes in your spirituality kind of coincide with what's going on in nature with the change of seasons. So let's talk about it. 833-288-3986. Wouldn't you say that too when you have a really cold winter day or something, and people kind of make that chicken soup and they're reading a book or something? It puts you in that reflective mode, wouldn't you say?
Well, yeah, I think if you compare it to summer, you're up a little bit later. Maybe you're outside doing activities. You just sort of go a little bit later into the evening. Right. I find for me personally, when it's getting dark around 5 or 5:30, that does set in my life. It's like, okay, this is definitely a different season and a different feel, a different mood, so to speak. And I think it does kind of it causes me maybe to wind down a little bit more earlier in the evening, and then that does leave more time for prayer and reading and things like that.
Absolutely. Exactly. Precisely, Jerry. Okay. Jennifer is up first. Our friend Jennifer in Lancaster, Ohio. EWTN app is the way you're listening. Hi, Jen. Welcome.
Hi, Debbie. Hi, Jerry.
Hi, Jennifer.
I just wanted to explain that I have allergies every season. Doesn't matter what time it is. Whatever time of year it is, I have allergies. But the good thing that I look forward to is Advent. That's one of my favorite times of year.
Why is that?
It's the excitement of thinking about Jesus being born. We look forward to Christmas, but it's not about the presents. Mm-hmm. It's about our Lord.
Right. So the anticipation of Christ's birth.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like getting ready for my own birthday. You get excited when you know it's going to be your birthday soon. And happy birthday, Debbie, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Jen.
You're welcome. But it's just looking forward to all the excitement in the church, all the changes that go on in the church, all the different songs that we sing. It's just so fun.
I would agree. And I think, it's interesting. The liturgical calendar is set up for us to really deepen our prayer life and our faith life, and to have those times of ordinary time, and then the seasons of Advent and Lent in preparation to get us in that penitential sense, and to get us into that place where we're ready to receive this great, amazing gift from God. And so the church liturgical calendar, our liturgical calendar, has it right. And sometimes, Jen, I love how you brought up Advent, because I will tell you that a lot of people skip over this season of Advent. They don't really understand how to how to enter into it. That's why you'll see a lot of speakers right now doing Advent missions and different talks and different virtual conferences on Advent. Jerry and I are going to be doing something on a virtual for a radio station this coming weekend on Advent, that exact thing. And it's very interesting because people don't know how to enter into it. And it's a missed opportunity. So I'm so glad that you brought this up. And I hope others really go and do the necessary research to understand what Advent means, how it can play into our spiritual life, and to embrace it the same way you do it with you and your children, because I think it's important. What do you think about that, Jerry?
No, I think absolutely. You're both right. And Jennifer, first of all, I'm sorry about your allergies that are kind of year-round for you. But one thing that occurred to me as you both were discussing that was, if I'm not mistaken, the shortest day of the year is in December. I think it's December 21st, at least for most people. And then the longest day of the year, meaning the longest amount of sunlight, I think is in mid to late June. And, the church, we can follow the liturgical calendar. And in a sense, as we get to that darkest day of the year, the shortest day of the year, I should say, that is that anticipatory time for when the sun is going to rise. And the sun, S-O-N, is the one who comes to us at Christmas. So I agree. I think we can definitely see our faith in the changing seasons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful.
Thank you. There was one other thing that I wanted to say. It's doesn't have anything to do with the seasons, but one of my friends is pregnant right now, and her baby has to have a procedure through his heart while he's still in the belly.
Wow, that's
so. I just wanted to see if you guys could give us some prayers.
Absolutely. But it was interesting that you bring that up, Jennifer, because I actually saw a program on TV about a couple months ago talking about these surgeries that they're doing when the children are still in the womb, right? And they've really perfected them. They've really done some great work on the precision and how they are able to help these children in utero. And I think it is absolutely beautiful. So I take comfort in knowing that, thank goodness, we have this great technology that makes it so, accurate that they're able to get to the situation and fix it. So I'm going to be praying that these surgeons with very skilled hands and technology working perfectly, that this baby's heart, whatever issue is happening, will be fixed and this baby will be born just ready to go. Okay?
Yes. Thank you very much.
You are welcome, Jennifer. I'm sure you're a regular listener to the show, and you know that the Take Two family is a praying family, so you can be sure that you'll be surrounded in prayer from all over the world, the Take Two family. Thank you, Jennifer. God bless you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. We're going to go to Nancy next. Nancy is in Spencer, Massachusetts. Stand tall, Nancy, listening on Sirius XM 130. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Jerry. Happy birthday, Debbie.
Thank you.
I just have a suggestion for people with seasonal affective disorder. There's called a light box that you sit by with a 45-degree angle, and it improves your mood, putting light into your visual experience. That was recommended by my psychiatrist, and you can buy them. It's very effective.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Nancy, because it could be news to a lot of people who are listening right now. I know that in my experience, as many people know, I've had a couple bouts of depression during my adult life, and I did have a therapist that I talked to. She recommended the light boxes as well, and I can't vouch for that it's going to work perfectly for everybody or make a great difference, but I know that type of approach that you said does indeed make a difference in our lives. It can help to bring about, a better mood and a healthier mindset. So, Nancy, I think you're making a great suggestion for a lot of people. What do you think, Deb?
Oh, I completely agree. That's what I love about your heart, Nancy. You care so much about others, and it shows. And so, somebody listening today, or many people listening today, can look into that and see if it can work for them. And so, it just goes to show, how you're being Christ to others just in your phone call. So, thank you, Nancy. We just love you to pieces.
Well, right back at you.
Thank you.
And have a wonderful and blessed day.
Thank you so
Nancy.
much.
You too. You too. I mentioned Stand Tall with Nancy, but she was actually on the Saints pilgrimage that we did.
Eminem.
That's right, the Eminem pilgrimage.
Martyrs and
Mercy and Martyrs.
Mercy and Martyrs. Yeah.
Boy, I hope we get a chance to start doing those again someday
I know.
soon.
Folks are asking us to come back to Texas.
Yeah.
They want us to come back. So, yeah, we need to do that. Also, to Jennifer, if you're still listening, we forgot to say hugs and kisses to the kids. So, but give them big squeezes from us, please. Okay. Thank you again, Nancy. And we're moving to John, right? In Philadelphia?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
John, I was watching the Rocky series this whole weekend, and it made me think of Philadelphia. You're on YouTube, first-time caller.
First-time caller. I just tripped across you folks on the watching YouTube and Marcus Grody and his different flipping through them, and then all of a sudden you came up I saw you, Nancy, and our Debbie, and what's the other fellow?
Jerry.
Who we with? Jerry, I'm sorry, Jerry.
No problem.
I've been fortunate. I went to Catholic schools for 16 years. We went to Jerusalem, probably the last people to get out last March 15th. We were there from about the 2nd to the 15th and had to leave. We were supposed to go to Jordan on the 18th for another extended part, but it was the Holy Land was seeing the Sea of Galilee. It was a great event in our life, my wife and myself. Regarding the seasons, I don't want to think about Advent too much yet. I want to get through November. I think it's a reflective time. And I was out working in the garden at 77 degrees here in Philadelphia on the East Coast, and parts of the East Coast, I guess. And the neighbor had a beard, and he never had a beard before. And I said, "What are you growing there?" And he said, "Well, my father died in November, and every year, he's a new neighbor. Every year I have a beard to commemorate him." Now, he's not a particularly religious person overtly, but so he has a beard, and I was very moved by this, that he's thinking of his father, or we think of many of our departed this month, and I am in that camp, of course, parents and others, and a daughter that I lost. So that's all. And the last thing is, it just goes so fast. November and December, it's just incredible how fast it does go. And all you do if you're up north is you pray that you get through to February or so, end of February. So that's my three thoughts.
Well, thanks for sharing those, John. And you mentioned that November and December seem to go fast for you. In my life, I think they tend to go a little bit slower than some of the other times of the year. Have you managed to put your finger on why you think that is for you?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't put my finger. We've been away. We usually try and take a trip in November for a week, and then so all of a sudden you're up to Thanksgiving. If we check out our other vacation home for a week, and then we come back, and all of a sudden it's Thanksgiving, and then it's Christmas. So we're planning right now. We don't know the real subject this year, since I'm on a roll here. Is the pandemic. Our son is trying to get a pavilion in Fairmount, in one of the state parks outside Philadelphia, where we live outside, Bluebell, PA, not far from Valley Forge, and he's trying to get heaters and have the family. He's at least mentioned the idea and has put a deposit down. And whether it goes through or we lose we remains to be seen. But we might all get together on an outdoor venue with heaters. So it's a different thing. It's a different Thanksgiving this year, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but very creative indeed. John, okay, so you're a first-time caller. You're watching on YouTube. We're waving to you. We hope you continue to listen to the show. You may or may not know this. We have a very thick, from 5+ years book of all of the Take Two family living and those that have gone on, those that are deceased. You mentioned about your beautiful daughter. We would feel so honored if you feel comfortable to giving us her first name. We would love to enter her into the book. We are a praying family. We believe in the power of prayer for the living and the deceased. We pray for everyone. We pray for the souls in purgatory. Could you give us her first name? And so sorry for your loss.
Yes, I pray to her, and now I hope she's in heaven. Yes, Johanna with an 8.
Johanna. Thank you. We got it. Thank you, John. We'll be right back on Take Two with Jerry and Debbie.
The Venerable Fulton John Sheen.
It is a self-evident principle that the Creator has endowed man with certain unalienable rights.
The leading Catholic voices are on EWTN Radio.
Give something meaningful this Christmas. A subscription to EWTN's National Catholic Register. It's the award-winning newspaper filled with solid Catholic reporting from the United States, the Vatican, and around the world. The Register includes coverage on the culture of life, Catholic education, book reviews, entertainment, and features that help subscribers engage the culture with confidence in the saving and sanctifying gospel of Jesus Christ. Order a subscription for a friend or one for yourself and get 26 issues for less than $2 per issue. And with your paid subscription, you'll get EWTN's Life of Christ DVD absolutely free. Save even more and get $10 off every additional gift subscription you order. To take advantage of this offer, visit ncregister.com/radio or call 1-800-421-3230 and mention code RADIO. The National Catholic Register. Read faithfully.
EWTN, helping people grow in their love and understanding of God.
Hey, listen, I want to tell you also, you guys are phenomenal. The opportunity to say these things on the air is filling the vacuum out there with very, very positive thoughts and ideas. I'm just thrilled that you guys do what you do.
Just want to say how wonderful it is to listen to you guys. You've taught me that life needs to be much more intentional. I want to thank you for your ministry.
EWTN. Live truth. Live Catholic.
Hi, this is Janet Williams. We embrace the essence of feminine spirituality on Women of Grace tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern here on EWTN Radio. Now, back to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie.
Our thanks to Michael Birchfield, our producer, Jeff Burson on social media, and we will hope to get to some social media comments here before too long on today's program. And we've got Ryan Penny on the phones screening your calls about how you get through the changing of the seasons. Maybe you love it. Maybe you have difficulty certain times of the year. Maybe you look forward to certain seasons and can't wait to get through other ones. How do you see the hand of God in nature, in the world, in your own life during the different seasons? This is what we're talking about today at 833-288-3986. And I want to thank John again for his phone call from Philadelphia. And Debbie, he gave you his daughter's name, whom he lost. And I believe he said it was Johanna with an H. And that you pointed out during the break that is a derivative of John's own name.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful? I wonder if you'll have to let us know, John. We'll stay in touch with us. So was she named after you or a family member? I think that is so beautiful. And I thought it was wonderful how he said, he prays to her and see she's alive now more than ever in Christ. And it's just, we're sorry for your loss, but, we journey together. We've all of us have suffered in the Take Two family a lot of loss. But we do this together, and we have a deep faith in Christ, and it keeps us going. Right, Jerry?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's so what a blessing it is to have the entire not just the show team, not just the folks at EWTN, but really we've got the Inspired by Faith Book and Fellowship Club. We've got people around the world that we hear from, and when we do our prayer shows, we know that everybody is really in intense prayer for every member of the Take Two and EWTN family. We're certainly in times where that's necessary, as probably as important as it ever has been. So yeah, I agree with you completely.
Thank you again, John. We hope you continue to watch because you're on YouTube. We'll wave again to you. Okay, Larry is up next in Lubbock, Texas. First-time caller. Thanks, Larry, for waiting and welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me on and happy birthday.
Thank you, Larry. Hey, Larry, real quickly, is Lubbock, Texas where Buddy Holly was from?
Yes, and there's a slight link to the Buddy Holly in the thing about the seasons I wanted to tell you.
Okay, cool.
Fun.
Okay. It's only a slight link. I sent myself this project a few years ago, and it's about the seasons. I found this really beautiful tree. It was a deciduous tree in a park in Lubbock, and I decided to take photographs of it in the winter, the spring, the summer, and the fall, autumn to me because I'm British, and I made a set of photographs of it in all the seasons, and it was kind of pretty. And then I entered it into a photographic competition that they had at the Buddy Holly Center. That's the slight link, which is an art center in Lubbock in Buddy Holly's name, and they exhibited the pictures there. And one of the reasons why I wanted to take the tree in all the seasons as partly for a spiritual reason, because I've always been very conscious of the completeness of the world, and you know, see that as being God's creation, and every season has a part to play. It's a bit like, you know, our faith in our life has a part to play in all the seasons of our life. Sadly, I'm coming to winter in my season, but I very much enjoyed the other three. So I hope you don't mind. I wanted to share that. I love listening to Victory Radio here in Lubbock. I'm not actually a Catholic. I have to confess that I go to the Church of Christ, but I find talk radio's a little bit hateful, so I love to listen to your radio station. I hope that's okay, me interloping.
Oh, goodness, Larry. It is so, what a blessing to have you tuned in, and we appreciate it very much. Being a first-time caller to Take Two with Jerry and Debbie, and you mentioned you're coming into the winter of your life. Well, we know what happens after winter, you know, spring and summer. And so I don't know if you're referring to your age or what have you, but obviously being close to the Lord, we can all, if we die in his friendship, look forward to not only a beautiful spring and summer coming after our individual winters, but glory, eternal glory forever and forever. So yeah, I think that's beautiful that you look at it that way. And the photographing of the trees, I have a brother, Joe, who is just he could be a professional photographer. He's not professionally trained, but he's self-trained, and he takes some of the most amazing pictures, and he loves the seasons and the trees and the outdoors and stuff like that. So I can really relate to what you're saying, Larry.
Well, photography is a great thing for you to get out into God's world. You know, like I said, it's a little project I had, but, you know, that was 4 times I went out into, you know, the countryside, and I enjoyed God's creation. You know, I think the world is a really beautiful place, and I think God made it beautiful because he wants us to enjoy it. You know, Christianity is not about, you know, some people think that Christianity is kind of boring and miserable, and I don't see it that way. It's a beautiful world. God gave it to us. Go and enjoy it. Take some pictures of it.
Yeah. Well, when we look at his magnificence through through creation and through everything that is around us, we can see God's hand in it. We see how he did design it so that, you know, we're visual, right? We move through this earth through our senses, right? That's how we bring things in. And so God knows that. And he knows through, you know, the beautiful flowers, how they can, you can bring flowers into your home and your whole entire room smells like flowers, and how beautiful that is. You know, looking outside, even the rain or the snow or anything you see, or the clouds. So many people love to just gaze up into the stars and the clouds. But why? Because they can see that, you know, it's almost like, you know, God being that, it is God being that artist. But Larry, our couple things. Our producer just asked if you wouldn't mind, if you have the time, you might be super busy, but if you have the time, if you could email us that picture, he would love to see it, and we would as well, the picture that you took through the different seasons. And if you can email us at take2@ewtn.com, we would so appreciate it. If you're not, we understand if you're busy. The other thing, Larry, is I just wanted to say, please don't be just a one-time caller for this show. You're part of the Take Two family, and I absolutely, as the show team will tell you, they will attest to it. I love British accents, and I love hearing it. And I said, as you started speaking, Larry, I typed over to Jerry, I think my British accent might be coming out soon, and I love it. So you're such a delight, and you grace this conversation.
Okay, well, thank you. It's nice that you let me come and talk to you. I appreciate it. And I will send you the pictures. I'm actually in my car away from home, but I will send it tonight.
Thanks, Larry.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
Is take two in the email a two or the word two?
Either one works, actually. Take two.
Oh, okay.
Take the number 2 or take TWO@EWTN.com.
And if I can thank you as well for, you know, the radio station and for your show and the other shows that I really enjoy. I appreciate you being on the air.
Thank you, Larry. Pray for us, too,
Larry.
if you would, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what a beautiful call.
That was beautiful. I love that. I can't wait to see the pictures.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do we go next?
Diana has been waiting in South Haven, Mississippi, listening on Sirius XM 130. Hi, Diana. Welcome to Take Two. Hey, Diana, are you there? Well, we may have to have Ryan. Oh, there she was starting to talk there for a second. Okay, do we have you, Diana? All right, well, let's see if Ryan is the professional. He will get that taken care of.
And John, I think, called back from Philadelphia. So, John, if you want to say anything about your daughter or your family or anything that we said, you wanted to just give us some more insight, please email us, take2@ewtn.com. Jerry?
Okay, we go to Kim next in Rochester, New York, listening on the Station of the Cross, and another first-time caller. Hi, Kim. Welcome to Take Two.
Hi, Jerry. Happy birthday, Debbie.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you so much.
My birthday's Thursday. I'm going to be the big 5-0, so I'm right behind you.
Okay, I'll make you a deal. You say a prayer for me today. I'll say a prayer for you on Thursday that you were born. I'm so glad you were born, Kim.
I'm glad you were born, too. I'm not alone this week. So I'm a first-time caller. I have the opposite problem. I'm usually depressed in the summertime, and then come fall, winter, I start pepping up. Not like clinically depressed where I need medication or, you know, a doctor, but I'm just not as happy as I am in the fall, in the winter, and I think it's because life slows down come fall, winter. You know, in the summertime, we have more crime, more unrest, especially this past summer. So, you know, when the cold and the snow comes and Christmas comes, people get more down to their faith and their roots and their family. And, you know, it's just the world is more peaceful, and it's so beautiful covered in white.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree. Just, it's so clean. You know, Jerry sent me a picture this weekend of just a beautiful snowfall, and I was thinking, it's so clean. It's like a blanket, it's just so beautiful. Now, okay, everybody will say, yeah, you don't have to shovel it, and then it turns to gray afterwards and it gets really gross looking for days. I understand that. But that initial, blanket of snow, even just the beautiful, fall colors, I agree with you. But I wonder, Kim, how much of it is, no, I'm not trying to, say that's not how you feel, but it's interesting because I was told once that it's because we were born in the fall that we tend to look forward to that time of year. Do you think that has anything to do with it?
I tend to agree with that a little bit, but really just the unrest in the world and the crime increases that we have in the summer months, those I'm not happy about.
Right,
I don't like people being victimized and homicides and all the other horrible things, DWI deaths go up, and it's just not good. The wintertime, everybody's got to slow down. Especially here in this region, we get a lot of snow. We usually have snow until April. So
is that right?
Everybody has to calm down a little bit in these parts.
Well, I can relate to what you're talking about because I remember I was at the Station of the Cross. Gosh, it's been maybe 12 years or more ago, and they had that in Buffalo, that huge, gigantic ice storm, $500 million in damage. And yeah, I mean, the crews came in and they had the snow, move to the side of the road, several 6-8 feet high. So I know what you're talking about. Being in that.
I remember that.
Do you remember that? Yeah, that was. And another thing too, I love the fact that you get kind of more upbeat and maybe a little happier during the winter seasons, and that for me I think is true because of the holidays. But here's a little bit of a different take on that from me, and that is I think a lot of us appreciate certain seasons because of the things we are able to do or enjoy during those seasons. I'm thinking spring and summer. There's a lot of hiking, outdoor activities, going camping, getting out with the kids, swimming, getting out with the kids. And this is definitely not as strong in me as it used to be, but sports. I got my start in radio doing sport, football, high school football, and then basketball. And I just remember those crisp fall nights, taking the radio gear out to the high school stadium. Oh, yeah. And the dew is already on the ground and a little bit of fog in the air, and people are eating popcorn and hot dogs and
hot chocolate.
I'm being nostalgic now, but kind of this topic like this kind of makes you do that, I think.
Kim,
it warms your heart more. It just makes your heart feel better. I know there's more fun stuff to do in the summertime, but I don't know, if you dig deep in your soul, it just makes you feel better with all the holidays and being with family more and, just in more intimate settings. I mean, COVID's going to put a little monkey wrench in that this year, but.
Right. Well, Kim, if you ever get a chance to spend quite a bit of time in Arizona, especially in the Southwest, somewhere in that area, you will learn to appreciate the four seasons. I grew up in New Jersey. I left when I was 18. We had the most beautiful, change of seasons like you do in Rochester, New York. And it just was gorgeous. And coming to Arizona, everything just kind of, it changes slightly, but not enough to give you that sense of what Jerry was talking about, those crisp days and everything. And same what you were sharing, Kim, as well. And you learn to appreciate it. And it's funny, so many people run from where they were born because they're like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of shoveling snow. I'm sick of doing this. And then they come to another, part of the country and they're like, oh, that's horrible. You have scorpions. I want to go back to New Jersey. It's hilarious. And it's so true. And I think it's really beautiful to just going back to a little bit what Larry said from Lubbock, Texas, just to appreciate everything that's around us. And it sounds like you do that, Kim. And I love that about you. Not only because we share the same birthday week, but you can tell you do.
I try. That's what we're here to do, right? The best we can.
Amen. And happy early birthday, Kim.
Yes.
Thank you. I'll make sure I call back annually every year, and we'll say happy birthday to each other.
Please do. That would be,
that's a deal.
You and Debbie can share birthday wishes every year around this time.
That's right. It's our birthday
Okay, perfect. Hopefully we got lots of years to do that then. I'll pray for.
That's right. And 50 is really cool, Kim. And I actually thought 55 was going to be a problem, but it's actually kind of fun. I like the whole double nickel thing, so...
Yeah, I like that idea. I like how you referenced that.
Thanks, Kim.
Well, Kim,
God
may
bless
your
you.
upcoming birthday be filled with just the greatest blessings, choicest blessings that God would have for you, and know that you'll be remembered in the Take Two family's prayers, not only on your birthday but every day as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thanks, Kim.
Yes, thanks, Kim. Thank you. Okay, Jerry, real quickly, the journey home tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Everybody set your watches, okay? Marcus Grodi talks with Deacon Scott Carlson, a former Episcopalian, as he shares what led him to the Catholic faith. Okay, that is tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget it. Okay. Next up is our facilitator of Inspired by Faith Book and Fellowship Club. She's also our ministry relations coordinator for the Jerry and Debbie ministry. Gigi from New Jersey is calling next. Welcome, G.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I
Hey, G.
wanted to call. What?
Thank you. How many people do we have in the book club now? How many? Close to 300?
272, 273, something like that.
Wow. And Gigi, we're doing Trustful Surrender, I understand, our book.
Yes, everyone is giving me such great reviews on that. They really, really like it. I enjoyed it. It was a quick read, and it was the type that you just have to have a box of tissues nearby because everybody's stories are so poignant and touching. And, yeah, it was a great book. I finished it. Yep, and I did a review, if anybody wants to see my review, over on Amazon because it's a good book. It's a good book.
Thank you.
We have another fabulous book coming up, too.
Mother Teresa, right?
Yeah. Advent with Mother St. Teresa of Calcutta.
Mm-hmm.
And we begin that November 29th because that's the first day of Advent, which is, this is going to take our members beautifully through the Advent season to, bring our hearts and minds to Christ coming to us in this beautiful way. So, yeah, we're all excited because it's been a little tumultuous lately, and so everyone's looking forward to breathing and meditating. This should be really nice. But there's a lot of messages over on the book club for you, young lady, all wishing you a very happy birthday. So be sure to check that out.
And thank you for calling me young lady, G. I really appreciate that. Double nickels it is. Thank you.
Well, you're younger than me.
But
you're younger than me.
Thank you. Thank you. You're so sweet. What do you think, Jerry? So EWTNRC.com is the way to get all these books.
That's right, EWTNRC.com. Folks, get a copy of our book, Trustful Surrender. What it is, it's stories written by you, the Take Two family, of loved ones who have left the faith. Some of the stories have already seen a happy ending. Some, they're still praying and agonizing in some cases that their loved one come back to the church. Some even passed away. And so it's a real good, bad, and the ugly type of book on loved ones who left the faith. And I think 100% of us have such people in our lives. So go to EWTNRC.com and get your copy of that book. And please go to Inspired by Faith Book Club on Facebook and join. And I want to say, Gigi, Debbie and I have, you know this from talking to both of us, but especially talking to Debbie. Not a day goes by we don't have an idea for ministry, something that we want to do, something that we feel God calling us to do, something that would be very impactful. We couldn't do so many of the things we do without you, Gigi, you facilitating the book and fellowship club on Facebook and other people who have helped us out. So I want to say a huge thank you to you for that. But also, Debbie, you and I have some other things coming up, and we have a few opportunities for people if they would like to be have a helping hand in our ministry, maybe as an intern. We've got some exciting things that people could be a part of. So just have people email us at take2@EWTN.com.
And check us out at standtalltoday.com. You can get free consultations. You can leave a note on the email there. You can let us know you want to be part of the internship for 2021. But G, as you know, we do have a lot of things planned. The book club is growing. You're doing a fabulous job. The group is amazing. Every time I just want a pick-me-up, I jump onto the book club and I see all the inspirational quotes that you do and different articles that everybody posts that just keep me on that really high level, to not let the world kind of crash in. So I just want to say thank you so much, Gigi, for all the work you guys are doing, and thank you for the birthday wishes.
Oh, you're welcome. And we're so happy to have our club consecrated to Our Lady of Fatima. That was a beautiful thing for us. And yeah, so it's coming along, and everybody enjoys it. We have a beautiful group of people, very loving and kind. I've already told you guys that already. So, yeah, just really nice. And
love it.
Yeah, so stop in and look at all your kind messages that are adding up over here as I'm staring at them in real time.
I will. Thank you, G. Thank you so much. And that was consecrated with the beautiful prayer by Father John Paul Mary.
That's right, of the friars at EWTN. So, Gigi, thank you so much. We got one more quick call we're going to get to here, and it is a special caller, a mystery caller, calling into Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. So we go to our mystery caller. Welcome to the program.
Is this Debbie?
Yes.
It's Tom Price. How are you, dear?
Tom, hi. I thought it was you, but I wasn't sure. You changed your voice just a little bit. Hello, Tom.
Well, yeah, everything is great, as great as can be expected in the year 2020. But it's not every day that somebody turns 27, and so I just had to weigh in and wish you a blessed and wonderful birthday.
Oh, thank you, Tom. That just means the world to me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's just a great
listen,
treat.
if I can be serious for just a second here, you bring so much to EWTN, to our EWTN family, and specifically the Take Two family. And it really is like a family, I feel, because people really have taken possession of this show. They are claiming it as a part of their lives. And you and Jerry make that click every day, and we are very proud of you.
Oh, thanks, Tom. And I went from smiles and giggles to now tears because you did it, Tom. You made me cry today, but it was good. But Tom, thank you so much. Tom is the program director at EWTN. He does an amazing job, as you know. Everyone who's listening, that's Tom Price, the voice you hear right now. And Tom, thank you for noticing that, because the Take Two family is just growing in leaps and bounds. It's amazing, and we're trying. Jerry and I are trying to keep up with the Take Two family. They're going fast. They want to do a lot of things, so we're trying to hold on.
Well, we are trying here at EWTN to make every program a little bit different, because I think our lineup would be kind of boring if every show sounded like every other show. And your show is unique in all of Catholic radio. You've got a different topic every day. You're reaching out to your team. Everybody supports everybody else. It's something very special, and we treasure this hour of Catholic radio.
Well, thank you, Tom. While Debbie's dabbing her eyes, should say. I will express my gratitude as well. And of course, it couldn't happen without you and our show team. We got an amazing show team with Michael, Jeff, and Ryan, and some of the other Michaels fill in. Tom, you fill in once in a while. So we're very, very blessed to be a part of the EWTN lineup. It is a great gift from God. We take it as a very serious responsibility, but also a huge blessing in all of our lives. So thank you, Tom, so much.
Well, bless both of you, and we hope that you have a wonderful day.
Thank you,
Tom. Thanks
for calling Tom. That was beautiful. Thank you.
He's called in from just down the hall.
That was beautiful.
That was nice.
That was really sweet. Anyway, I love the EWTN family. I really do, because they care. They care, and we all are trying to journey together. Getting closer to God, and I think the shows do that, and it helps all of us. So God bless EWTN. Thank you, Mother Angelica, for having the vision. Right, Jerry?
Yeah, absolutely. Tomorrow's topic was suggested by Brian, one of our listeners in Georgia. If you're a small Catholic business owner, how is it going? How are you sustaining your small Catholic business? And by the way, he suggested this before the pandemic began. So this is going to be an interesting conversation tomorrow. If you or someone you know is trying to operate a small Catholic business, we want to talk about how that's going and how we can maybe pray for you that it would go better, even better than it is.
That's going to be an interesting discussion tomorrow. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, Jerry and Debbie Facebook page. Go to standtalltoday.com. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful and blessed day. See you tomorrow.
Dr. Ray Guarendi, making a commitment to the wives